Welcome to Breckenridge, Colorado. I am with Wifey today and Summit, our doggo. It is fall time, so that means there is snow on the peaks and the leaves are changing and turning colors. So this should be a very pretty video. Today we're gonna basically be doing a day in the life of a local here in Breckenridge. We're right outside one of our rental units. So we're trying to simulate what it would be like to actually live here, walk right out your back door and get straight into the adventure. So we've got this little trail just on the back side of our condo. And this is pretty easily accessible by a lot of the housing stock that is located on the west side of town. Great thing about the west side of town is that there's tons of trails that kind of interloop in between all of the homes. Can take you up to the ski resort if you want, can take you straight to downtown. So look how pretty this is, walking through the aspens. And this is, as a local, one of my favorite things to do is just get up first thing in the morning, go straight to the hiking trails and take a walk. And then I usually go for a cup of coffee or a bite to eat. It is a little later in the day, not necessarily morning, but we're gonna basically pretend. So we're gonna start our day on this hiking trail. We're gonna go get a cup of coffee. We're gonna see what else we can get into and give you guys the full on perspective of what it's like to actually live here in downtown Breckenridge. Oh, so this is something that sometimes you'll come across. Yeah, we do have bears out here that will get into your trash. So something to know about living here full time is you probably want a bear-proof can to make sure stuff like that doesn't happen. So just a little side note. So Stephanie and I were just talking about how awesome the fall weather is here, but it's very fleeting. Fall's usually about like 2 to 3 weeks where the leaves are actually changing. So come here soon, because if you don't, you're gonna miss it. But just the mornings are just like crispy. They're like perfect temperature, like 55, 60 degrees, perfect for hiking, throw on a flannel or a sweatshirt. The air is just so fresh. The changing leaves, the scenery, it's just like the perfect time of year for hiking, but it's very short-lived. So just consider that next time you're coming to Breckenridge. Fall time, unmatched. Wow, okay, so look at that. How pretty is that? Looking at the mountains, Baldy over there. You got this beautiful trail. We're actually walking up to the 4 o'clock ski run right now that takes you right into town. And being that we're kind of outside of summertime now, it's super quiet, super peaceful, kind of have it all to ourselves. Really cool. Summit is enjoying himself. This is Summit's favorite pastime activity, by the way, in case you were wondering. So this is the 4 o'clock ski run. So the 4 o'clock ski run takes you all the way into downtown. So if you end up getting a place that is on the west side of town, basically you can ski into most of the housing stock just off of this ski run. So for us, we would ski right off into this Lomax Placer hiking trail. It'll take us right to our condo, or you can take this all the way down and it'll take you to downtown Breckenridge, right by the gondola and Main Street. So we're gonna head that way and see the rest of downtown Breck. All right, so this is what it's all about. Look how beautiful this is. This is incredible. One of these hidden gem hikes that not a lot of people know about, but we're right outside of downtown Breckenridge. I mean,
there's snow on Baldy.
You can see Breck over there, downtown basically. Baldy Mountain over there, covered in snow. The leaves are like neon orange, yellow. How cool is this, babe?
So nice. Did you see the snow?
I did see the snow.
A little bit.
Look at this. Come on. How awesome is this? And this is right outside of downtown Breckenridge. You even have some homes here. These are the Woods Manor, not Woods Manor, I'm sorry. Townhomes on Woods Drive. And so there was one for sale recently sold. Just down the street though, there's some new inventory going up. Those are the Independence townhomes. So you do have homes that back right up to this hiking. So you can have this right outside of your back door. So as we hike along this trail, I want to give you guys a little bit of perspective here. So we've got the north and south gondola parking lots, and you can see the gondola is right there. And then you've got downtown Breck just a block over from that. Now there is some construction noise right now, but this won't be here forever. This is the last planned unit development, private development in the town of Breckenridge. If you're looking for state-of-the-art luxury townhomes in Breckenridge, feel free to comment down below and I'll send the link for that video. But I want you guys to stick around for this one and see what's going on here in downtown Breck. But if you're looking for some new housing opportunity, you can get it right here. So this noise, it won't be here forever. And then this trail will go back to being nice and quiet and peaceful. And look at that view of Baldy. That is insane. The snow right now with the leaves from the aspens, it's like out of a dream. It's so cool. All right, so we're just one block from Main Street, Breckenridge. This is Park Avenue behind me, but I wanted to show you guys that in the winter time, that is the 4 o'clock ski run with the Breck free ride. Just beside it, that is Breckenridge's free shuttle that's paid for with owner's tax dollars, but free to ride on the daily. And so you can ski right into there, and then you're on Park Avenue. And now let's go to downtown and see what we can get into. So this is the Riverwalk Center, this building right here. This art piece was installed a few years back to kind of mimic the flow of snow, I guess, and skiing. Very abstract piece, but it's cool. Definitely a statement piece here at Breckenridge. But the Riverwalk Center is awesome because they host events all summer, all winter long, year round pretty much. One of the coolest things about the Riverwalk Center in the summertime is the NRO, the National Repertory Orchestra, practices there. They do events also, but you can basically go any day. They practice every day of the week, and you can go and just watch it for free. So I've seen them perform live. They're fantastic, super cool to see that. And then we're coming up to the main river, which is the Blue River, coming through Breckenridge. Breckenridge does a great job with the flowers, by the way. It's unfortunate because as fall comes in and it gets a little colder, those are going to disappear, but they've done a great job of maintaining them so far. So this is a great little spot for the family to come and hang out, for kids to play in the river. And they've even got a little park here in the main Riverwalk Plaza. And then we've got Main Street right here. So visitor center right here with a little bit of history of the town. I'll give you a short and quick history of Breckenridge. It's a mining town. People came here for gold. That's pretty much it.
And skiing.
Oh yeah, and skiing. Eventually skiing, but mainly it was gold first. And then you've got a ton of shops and restaurants. So the Breckenridge Distillery's tasting room is right there. Radicato, one of our favorite restaurants to go to, is just above that. If you have kids, there are stroller rentals at one of the kid shops here, Breck Kids. So that's a good start, I think, for Breckenridge. Let's go find some food because we're starving and want to show you where the locals go to eat. So let's get into that. Stephanie just pointed out these flower baskets. And just for perspective, I've got a pretty big head, but look how big these baskets are. And they're beautiful. So beautiful, just like my wife. Okay, so locals will usually take this back street to go towards the restaurant that we're about to go to. Instead of walking Main Street, usually Main Street, depends on the day, but it can get pretty crowded. So in order to avoid the crowds,
One of my favorite stores.
this is kind of the way to go. We are passing Marigold's right here. This is one of Stephanie's favorite stores. Tell the ladies why Marigold's is the best.
They just have different things, and it's like farmhouse. The style is super cool. I could always find something.
Farmhouse vibes,
Yeah,
good
these
clothes. Oh, look at that. How stylish. She's trying to hide her pregnancy, but she's not really doing a great job.
I don't know.
But if you want some cool clothes and whatnot, you can do that. Starbucks on Main Street here. Starbucks and Subway are the only franchises on Main Street. Besides that, everything is locally owned. And so those are the only things that you'll find. Usually we're going to local coffee shops and not going to Starbucks, which we'll probably check out a little bit later in this video because I always need an afternoon pick-me-up when I'm walking downtown Breck.
They're all around.
Steph pointed out, Breck just implemented this new e-ride system. And so we actually haven't used it yet because it was just installed this summer. But it seems like you just scan the QR code and then you're able to take this bike all over town, and they have stations all over town as well. Really cool for Breck to implement something like this. Bike riding is one of the best ways to see Breckenridge and Summit County in general because we have a recreation path that'll take you all around the county. So that's really cool. And they've even got little baskets on the bikes also to carry stuff. Okay, one of these little hidden secrets just off of Breck Main Street is the Breckenridge Botanical Gardens, and usually they have them all labeled here, but how pretty is this? And yeah, you can actually see here they've got all of the different floral labeled here, So obviously we're coming into fall time, so it's not as vibrant as it once was, but it's really cool to have this right off of Main Street, walk through the little botanical garden. And then just besides the botanical garden, we've got the dredge and the pond over there coming off the Blue River, which you'll have to check out. It's really cool. Stephanie just made a fantastic point. Town of Breckenridge has poop bags all over town. So if you need to pick up after your dog, it's very easy to do so, especially if you leave your poop bags in the car or at home. But we're a very friendly, dog-friendly town here in Breck. But I want to show you this beautiful dredge. Now, this is an old mining dredge from back in the mining days. It's now been converted to commercial use. So right now, Ollie's is there, which best chicken wings in all of Summit County, hands down. Those garlic parm wings are ridiculous.
And just the dry rub.
Yeah, the dry rub wings too. And it's kind of a sports bar, so you can go and watch sports. One of our favorite spots to hang out, especially during like football, basketball, hockey season. And then you've got the pond right here, which you can actually fish in. So if you have a fishing license, you can bring your fly rod or your spin casting rod and you can fish right here in this pond. There's a bunch of little put-ins all over where you can just kind of wade in the water and toss a line in, or you can even fish the river as you go north outside of town. So this is Cool River Coffee House. This is a great little local spot, but this is where all the locals go to get a coffee and a sandwich, which we're about to do right now because we are starving. And of course you can bring the doggy and tie him off, which we're gonna do right now. How cool is that? Okay, so we're a little late for breakfast considering it's about 1:45 in the afternoon, but Cool River has great options, including this Red's B&G burrito. Unbelievable. The biscuit, house-made sausage gravy, so good. Probably not the healthiest option, but it's delicious. So I think I might be going for that. And then they've got great pastry options, as you can see, and some of the best coffee that Breckenridge has.
They have pumpkin spice latte.
Oh, stoked for that. All right, so we've got our food. We were pretty hungry, so don't judge. But we've got a steak and potato burrito with black beans and salsa and all the goodies. We've got a pumpkin muffin with cream cheese filling. Oh my gosh, I'm stoked about this. And then Stephanie has, what did you get?
Like a chicken salad wrap.
It looks like a cranberry
Pecan chicken.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So we're about to get into this and see what we got. Viewer discretion advised. This is where the locals come to eat for no reason. Pastries, burritos.
Breakfast all day.
Breakfast all day? How do you beat breakfast all day? Look who's joined me for lunch. All right, lunch is finished and we are on Main Street, Breckenridge now. So one of the coolest things about Breckenridge is the Breckenridge Historic District that aims to preserve the aesthetic of the town. So you'll notice when you're walking around, everything has the old Victorian mining look to it. And there are strict architectural guidelines that restrict people from tampering with that aesthetic. And it adds to the charm of the town. So I personally really like it. I know Stephanie loves it. Like some of our favorite things to do as locals is just take laps around Main Street, especially midweek, because there's just not a lot of tourists around. So you can see it's pretty quiet right now. Bumping into people shoulder to shoulder. Steph's got her pumpkin spice latte. Summit's got his big smile. And we're just enjoying what Breckenridge Main Street has to offer. By the way, we were gonna go here, but we're pretty full now. Crepes a la carte. This is a staple in Breckenridge, and if you were looking to get your hands on a sweet, delicious treat, you got to do crepes a la carte. Oh, look at that. We see one of our longtime local friends. That's how you know you're a local in Breckenridge. All right, pro tip, if you are on Main Street, Breckenridge, the Welcome Center is about right down the middle, I guess you could say. So if you need to use a restroom, that's your best bet. Don't walk into one of the many shops and restaurants because they're probably going to deny you and just send you right here anyway. So this is the downtown trolley, part of Breck's free ride system. They thought, I guess I was getting off. Sorry, guy. But that's part of Breck's free ride. And so they will take you basically all over town, which is super cool. And again, that is totally free, paid for through taxes at Breckenridge. And so we're passing right by the Riverwalk plaza again. And the reason is I just want to show you guys, if you're looking for a really good picture spot in Breckenridge, this is kind of the go-to spot. You can see you've got the plaza, you've got the Breckenridge ski resort in the background, the river over there also, and you've got pretty flower baskets. You've got beautiful aspens lining the borders, as well as Breckenridge's main Christmas tree, which gets lit up in the wintertime. So really a cool spot if you want to grab pictures with the family.
So it wouldn't be a true day in the life of a local if I didn't have a little bit of work mixed in. So I'm sitting in my office at Main Street. And the reason I bring this up is because a lot of our locals do work within a couple of blocks of Main Street. So this is basically what life looks like on the daily. Either I'm at my Breckenridge office or my home office in Silverthorne, and I am right at the corner of Main Street. For those of you who want to pop in and say hello, if I'm not in, my office administrator, Lee, will be happy to greet you. And I've got business cards there, so you can reach out to me, or obviously reach out to me directly through my YouTube channel or through my phone number here. Guys, I wanted to mention this because I am a real estate agent with Live Sotheby's International Realty here in beautiful Breckenridge, Colorado. So if you want to know the ins and outs of living here from a true local who lives the lifestyle every single day and works here every single day and is raising a family here, I'm going to be your go-to guide. So feel free to text me, call me, or email me, and we can talk about what it's like to actually live here in Breckenridge, Colorado. Now let's get back to the walking tour.
All right, so one of the very cool things about Breckenridge and its steep history is that there are tons of tours and museums. So right here, the Barney Ford House Museum, as you can see, open Tuesday to Sunday. Tours between 11 and 3 on the hour. I don't know exactly what goes on at the Barney Ford House Museum, but
Let's check it out.
either way, there is tons of history here to be seen. So as we walk up towards the dog park for Summit, we pass Breckenridge. So I know the owner, Rob, and his crew. Basically, they've got all different types of creatives here, from painting, drawing, welding, woodworking. There's a couple of different things. And so if you're into the arts and the creatives, this is definitely a great place to check out. And again, this is right outside of Main Street. All right, so now we're walking up towards Ridge Street, and a couple of things on Ridge Street. The Breck Theater is just over there, where they do independent shows, and really good. I believe it's part of a Broadway Actors Guild, so we have aspiring Broadway actors that come here and put on a heck of a show. And then we've got a couple of restaurant choices on Ridge Street as well, including Twist on the corner right there, Hearthstone, which is one of our personal favorites. The wine and steaks there are amazing. And then just down the street, we've got Tin Plate Pizza, which is probably the best pizza in Breckenridge, and Fatty's Pizza, a good locals favorite spot. What else do we have on this street, Steph?
There's Orem's on the...
Oh yeah, Orem's got one of the best happy hours in all of Breckenridge. Legend Steakhouse is also really good. Yeah. All right, let's get to the dog park.
Oh, I like this. The heart with the...
That heart is very pretty. I love that. So you can see some of the actual residential homes are part of the Breckenridge Historic District. So again, they are restricted on what they can do on the exterior from an architectural standpoint, again, to keep the old mining cabin aesthetic. But I think it's extremely charming because you've got these old colonial Victorian style homes, old mining homes, I guess. And they're really cool. This little porch with the design aesthetic on there, the beautiful landscaping. So come on, buddy. Som's getting antsy. I think he wants to get to the dog park. But yeah, if you are into the Breckenridge charm, the old historic charm, consider looking at houses within a couple of blocks of Main Street, because they all kind of follow this design aesthetic. And man, it's just very unique to see that. And it's awesome because the town wants it to stay this way, and it'll stay preserved and keep the charm and what really draws people to Breckenridge, which is its old mining history. All right, so unfortunately, Carter Park is no more for the time being. but there is a improvement project coming to Carter Park, and it looks like it's going to be a heck of a lot better. So very excited about this. Sorry, Summit. You're not getting, he's trying to get into the dog park, but he doesn't realize it's a construction zone right now. Sorry, Summit. I will say good on the town of Breck for addressing this, because as much as we love this dog park, in mud season, when it gets wet and mucky, it is nasty. That is the nicest way I can put it. Yeah, the drainage issues are just horrible. And so you'll get sick, dogs will get sick during the mud season. So this hopefully is gonna fix all of that. So great on the town of Breckenridge for doing that. But some things to know about the Carter Park area. There is a pavilion here with public restrooms. There is a little area here that you can rent out for events. So they have an inside area as well as an outside picnic area that is covered by a pavilion, and weddings happen here, events, parties, you name it, you can do that here. That field in the back there is part of the Breckenridge Elementary, so not part of Carter Park. But if you have kids who are of the elementary age, great school right there. But yeah, so you've got that as well. You have got the Carter Park field here, and pretty open in the summertime to kind of do whatever. You can play soccer, play all different sports. And then just at the edge, excuse me, where you could see right here is a little trail that switchbacks up the mountain. Some of my personal favorite mountain biking, that is the Barney Flow trails, a couple of different downhill jump trails, and then there's some hiking back there as well. In the wintertime, that hill right there becomes a great sledding hill for kids. So if you have kids, grandkids that enjoy sledding, or if you just want a nice little family outing, you can do that here. People bring barbecues and just kind of hang out all day, make a whole event of it. And then over here we've got some volleyball courts, and they're really nice sand volleyball courts. So if sand volleyball is your jam, which I am a huge fan in the summertime, there's nothing like playing sand volleyball where there should be a beach. Instead, there's beautiful mountains and this gorgeous park. And you can kind of see from here how big the park really is, at least the dog park area. And then flanking either side, we've got pickleball and tennis courts. So over there we've got pickleball and tennis courts. Right there we've got pickleball and tennis courts as well. So Carter Park truly does have something for everybody, and a great little spot to come when you're in Breckenridge.
So guys, I didn't realize how long this video actually was, and I think I'm going to spare my editor and maybe save some of these things for another video, but I will talk to some of them. Typically at the end of the day, I like going for another casual walk or a bike ride of some sorts. So again, you can rent one of those e-bikes that Breckenridge has. I personally would take my own road bike or my mountain bike right from my office onto the recreation path that takes you all around Summit County, or go onto one of the many mountain biking trails that Breckenridge has to offer. Afterwards, I'd probably be looking for one of my favorite happy hours. Number one for me is going to be Aurum, A-U-R-U-M, located right on Ridge Street, and they have the best happy hour in my opinion. The cocktails are to die for. I believe it's 2-for-1 cocktails, and the food is incredible. It could be 2-for-1 cocktails or 2-for-1 appetizers. Either way, I think their happy hour is insane. Food is really good. Blue River Bistro, very similar. I know it's 2-for-1 appetizers and 2-for-1 cocktails. Food is incredible also. They have their sister restaurant, Bistro North, over in Silverthorne, which is the one I tend to frequent because I live over in Silverthorne, but their happy hours from 2 to 5 every day. Food's fantastic. Cocktails are amazing. Rootstock is another amazing option. Probably the best food that Summit County has to offer. Their duck is insane as a main dish if it's on the menu. If not, they have a secret happy hour that only locals know about. You kind of just have to walk in, and if you don't know, and that's from 4 to 5 every day. And you can get, I think, small plates. It might be some kind of special deal. I haven't been there yet. I've only been there for dinner, but I've heard the happy hour is awesome. And they only tell you about it if you've been in there multiple times. So go in and 4 to 5 every day. I've also heard that Briar Rose, just up the street from my office, has an amazing happy hour. I haven't been myself, but all of my local friends who've gone there say that the happy hour at Briar Rose is also amazing. If you are looking for ethnic food like sushi, Mountain Flying Fish is literally the best sushi that Breckenridge has to offer. Summit County has to offer, for that matter. The fish is overnighted from California, so it's as fresh as it possibly can be. The food is bomb. And yeah, that's pretty much what I would be doing at the end of my day. And then I'd usually finish up probably going to the recreation center. We have the Breckenridge Recreation Center or the Silverthorne Recreation Center. And what's awesome about the recreation centers is that they have a litany of different activities. I love basketball, so I play basketball there. I'll do some weightlifting, and then I'll finish off in the sauna and steam room. So I love finishing up my day with a good workout and a sweat. And so that's pretty much what it's like to live a life, to live a day in the life of a local here in Breckenridge. So if you guys want to know all of the ins and outs of what it's like to truly live here, again, feel free to call me, text me, email me, whatever it is, and we can talk more about what the lifestyle is like here, because I've only scratched the surface. There's so much more to do than what I just talked about and showed you guys today. And if you're looking to buy a place here, look down in the description or in the first pinned comment for my relocation guide or my luxury buyers insider kit if you are looking to find a legacy home to build a legacy for you and your family, because there are some select neighborhoods here that's really going to fit that type of lifestyle. And so you can find that down below in the description or again in the first pinned comment. And thank you guys so much for watching this week's video, and I'll see you in the next one.